this thing going. Okay. Hopefully we'll get this thing going. It seems like, there we go, live chat. That's not working. Okay, so we got something on here. Able to make it last week. We'll wait till we get a couple more people. Who do we got on here right now? Okay, we're doing good then. Awesome. Wait a couple seconds here. We got I've been off for the past couple of days. We've been out doing vlogs on some of the rentals. So we got 2 people on here now. So hopefully we get a few more people on here. There we go. John Lacoe. Hi, Steve. How you doing, John? Welcome aboard. And Christopher Gary. How you doing, Christopher? Let's see. Let's see if we get a couple more people on here. We're up to about 8 people. Who else we got on here? Hopefully we get a good crowd on here tonight. I know we got a lot of people that have been wanting to ask questions and stuff. I'm going to try to get off the COVID stuff because I know a lot of people have been sticking to the COVID stuff the past times that we've been on. I wasn't able to, like I said, I wasn't able to make it last week, so I definitely wanted to be on tonight. Let's see. Here we go. Jeff Poy's Adventures. How you doing, Jeff? Christopher Gary. How you doing, Chris? What's going on? If you guys want to start shooting any questions, there we go. Smoky Mountain Model is in the house. Now I know we're on. So that's good. How you doing, Smokey? It's good to see you on here. Let's see. I got some, here we go. JT, Go Navy. Howdy, Sinfuls is on here. Richard's on here. I actually met with Sinfuls, just FYI. And he was the first person to come through as a tourist here in the Philippines. He was number 1. And I thought that was kind of interesting. I actually met with him. A real nice guy. Also, Sinfuls, we are going to be doing a get together soon. So anybody that lives around this area, try to get in touch with me at steven5975 @yahoo.com. We are going to have some get-togethers around here because we're getting enough people that we can start doing that now. So we'll probably start doing that soon. Have hot dogs, ribs, and some chicken and stuff like that. It'll be on me the first time, and after that we'll have to either probably charge or maybe we can switch it around to different houses or whatever. We'll see how that works out. See, Asia Expat Club. I'm a newbie. We'll be there. We'll be in Cebu next week. There you go. That sounds like fun. Cebu's nice. David Hosking. Hope all is well with you. Everything's good, man. Thank you. My blood pressure's been a little bit off the charts lately, but it's getting better. I see Smoky Mountain Model says, going good. Planning on July 6th flight. The end is in sight. That's good, man. When you get over here, make sure you get in touch with us so we can meet up or something like that. Even if it's meeting up in Manila, I'll take a ride up to meet you. Okay, if you want to get together, then maybe we can get a steak or something like that. You know, we can meet up at Texas Roadhouse or something. Let's see, who else we got? Up to about 20 people. Sinful says, good to hear, Smokey. Yeah. Let's see, UUSR1. Hi, Steve. Have a good day. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Let's get some questions going on here. Whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm ready to talk about just about any subject you guys want. I read an article the other day, something about 21,000 tourists came in. It was like about maybe a few days after the opening. Okay, so that was quite a lot. So I'm sure we're probably up to like around probably 30 or 40,000. But that's a lot of people, and that's from other countries too. It's not just from the U.S. So let's see. Smoky Mountain Model says, sounds like a plan. There we go. Scott says, Steve, how near are you to the immigration office? Actually, it's not that far, Scott. It's up at Robinson's Dasma, okay? It's right near SM Pala Pala, or SM Dasma, as some people call it, okay? And you just walk in there. It's at the back of that mall, okay? It's a nice, we're in a nice area. Sinful says, just some info for me. I have done a visa extension contrary to bad news out there. Okay. Yeah, some people are trying to say that you cannot get visa extensions. That's a bunch of bunk, as I said. Some the squad there or whatever they want to call themselves or whatever. They put out some stuff about you can't get visa extensions if you're on a tourist visa. That's just totally false. And people get mixed up because there's 2 types of tourist visas. Let's see. Smoky Mountain Modeler says, any more info on the COVID insurance and how long we have to keep it? I haven't heard anything. I from one of the things that somebody mentioned was that we have to keep on getting that if we want to do the extensions. So I would recommend that you just check up on it with BI before, you get your extension. Go there like a week or two before, so it'll give you some time to buy that insurance. Because I'm not sure where you would get it in the Philippines or anything. As long as you have it, from what I understand, you're good. Okay. Sinful says, yes, I went to Robinson's. Took me like 15 minutes to get it. Actually, Sinful, I was over in your neck of the woods today. I was over in Silang. So I went through this section, man. There's one section over there in Silang, and it's kind of like come down this hill and you go up this other hill. And man, it's very Filipino there. Like very I don't know, provincial it looks like. That's all I'll say. It's like with all the huts and stuff on the side of the hill there, there's like a river there and everything. You probably know exactly where I'm talking about, but I was on a back road over there and I went by there and I said, wow, this is beautiful here. I was really impressed with that section of Silang. It was really kind of nice. I wish I could have stopped and vlogged it because it would have been worth vlogging because that whole area was like all nice provincial type homes, like the huts and stuff like that, which I found kind of cool. Let's see. Scott says, so if you scooter to the immigration office, how many minutes does it take? It takes about 20 minutes, or by jeepney, it takes about 20 minutes. Okay, from here, um, when there's no traffic, it's about 20 minutes, half an hour at the most. It's not that far. Okay, when there's no traffic, you can probably get there faster. Sinful says, also already have my BDO peso and dollar account. That's good. That's good. Simple says, at Scott, took me about 15 minutes. Jeff Poy's Adventure. Steve, are you concerned with the possibility that China may invade? I think it's going to happen. The question is whether the United States thinks that Taiwan is learning from me, because if they want to go after the Philippines next, I'm here and a lot of other people are too. Some of us are wondering, what's going to happen. And yeah, I'm afraid. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to say that I'm not. I'm watching this Ukraine thing like crazy. I think a lot of us expats are over here and watching what the government's doing. The fact we're doing nothing is kind of scary. I mean, because it's almost like telling China, "Hey, here's a freebie for you. Just take it," because we're not going to do anything, and that's what concerns me. Let's see. HW says, should I buy more Tesla, Direction, Moonshot, or cut my losses? With all the stocks going down, it's just going to bounce back when things calm down and stuff like that, unless China gets into the mix, and then I could see a big stock market fall. God help us if that happens, because then all bets are off for the stock market for a while. But I mean, I'm in it for long term. I'm really, really not worried about it. The question is, would you want to buy? Would you want to sell and buy more bargains? Maybe it might be the way to go. Um, but I'm not worried about it. I just let that money sit there. I don't care. You know what I mean? So if it goes down, it goes down. I'm looking for 10 years, so I'm not really that worried. Scott says, Sinfuls from what location? Let's see. Sinful says that at Smoky Mountain Mall doing my extension, they did not even ask about that. Dane Martindale says, hi, Steve. Thank you for your chats. Do you know anything about Sindangan or Cagayan de Oro, Mindanao? I do not. I don't know that much about Mindanao. My girlfriend does because she's from Mindanao, but I stay away from Mindanao like the plague. Um, Anything down in that area, I try to stay away from. Let's see. Scott says, HW, do not sell now. And I kind of say the same thing. I think it's going to bounce back because I don't think Russia's going to go any further. I mean, if they do, man, then we're in World War III. Then it started, and we're going to have to do something at that point. Simple says, Robinsons, Dan and Juanita K, any chance you can do a walkthrough in SNR showing American products and prices? I probably can. I'm not sure if they have music there. If they have music, I can't do it because it's copyrighted. So I can't do that. Um, I'll see if I can though. I'll see if they have music or not. I'll try to see if that. I think I didn't have music. I was thinking of vlogging it, and I probably should. It's a good place to vlog. I'll think about that for sure. I don't know if the guards would stop me. There are guards walking around. They might say, we don't want you videotaping in here or something like that. We'll see. We'll see. Smoky Mountain Model says, I plan on talking to Michael Onset about regular health insurance and hope it includes the COVID insurance. Yeah, Michael's pretty good. Arnelli's pretty good too. The girl that I recommend. I know Michael's an American. A lot of people like to deal with an American. But yeah, either Michael is okay, Michael Onstadt, or Arnelli Behag. Both do the Pacific Cross Insurance. Okay, Arnelli Behag is on Messenger also, so you can talk to her too. She's really good. She's like my daughter almost. She's very close with our family. So let's see. Dean Thompson, hey Steve from Oklahoma. How you doing, Dean? Good to see you on here. Francisco Fletes is in the house. Hello. Sperlin Edwards is in the house. Hello from freezing cold Connecticut. Just got through a snowstorm. Yeah, I heard you guys got like about a foot up near Boston, I heard. Sinful says, Dan and Juanita K, LOL, just went to SNR today, pretty much like a Costco. We found our dog's food there that she ate in the US. There you go. They pretty much have like everything you need like back in the US. I mean, some of the brands are a little bit different, but for the most part, it's the same. You can get American, like U.S. steaks. You can get Japanese steaks there. You can get Australian steaks. You can get American seafood. You can get haddock, not haddock, cod. A lot of them, fish from like the U.S. that you see in the U.S. A lot of stuff there at SNR. That's why I go there. So we're up to about 43. We got about 8 thumbs up. Thanks, guys. Let's see. Scott Sinfuls, which city is SNR in? Um, SNR is in Emus. Okay, it's in Emus. And then we have Landers over in Alabang. And Landers is very similar to SNR, but I don't find Landers as nice as SNR for some reason. Landers is more bent towards appliances and stuff, but they also have a lot of stuff there too. They have a lot more vegetable selection there. I found pomegranates there. The first time I've seen a pomegranate in about 5 years, So let's see. Sinful says Alabang. Yeah. Scott, new order to our world is beginning. It seems that way. Scott says Sinful's what's in Alabang? Alabang is a very wealthy town. Okay, it's like a suburb, I guess. I guess you could call it of Manila, and it's where all the doctors and actresses live. And when you go out to eat there, you will see some famous Philippine actors and also YouTube stars. Believe it or not, go out there. And I was walking through the mall there, and the kid says, "Hey, look, that's so and so from YouTube." It was actually some Filipino YouTube star, and the kids all had their picture taken with this lady. And they thought that was really cool. But Alabang is probably one of the nicer places to go. Nice malls, beautiful place to go. Like Sinful says, Alabang is a real nice area. Like BGC out of the south. Let's see, nice shopping, restaurants, really clean area. Yes, it is. Different grade of people there too. Also the gated communities around there are really beautiful. High-rise buildings, gated communities. It's a little bit more expensive to live there, but you know what? It's like living in the United States there. I mean, if you're looking for that feel, but still living in Asia, Alabang all the way. And it's right near Manila, so but you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay for living there, but it is a beautiful place. JT says, so I'm looking to come over to Scout for retirement first trip. What would what would be the airport of choice to come in? I see Valencia, Dumaguete are popular, but I want laid back. I would say come into Manila and try around Manila because it's good to be near to get out or something like that. That's what I tell people. And God forbid an emergency happens here and you need to get back home or for yourself or something. It's good to be near Manila. Okay, I mean you can live here on the cheap. It's like 50% off, compared to the U.S. or more. I mean, if you're willing to stay like in a one bedroom apartment here, like I live, I mean 80, 100, 120 somewhere around there to live. I mean, if you put AC and stuff, it's a little bit more. But if you also pick a furnished apartment, you're gonna pay them back. The internet's sketchy again, I guess. Let's see. Steve, no music was playing there today. Okay, that's good to know. Maybe next time I go. I know one time they had music playing there. Moving on Taiwan right now. I'm actually surprised at that right now too. Actually, let's see. We got 48 people, 18 thumbs up. Thanks, guys. Frank Maxwell says, "I see there is homemade booze you can buy in the PI. Do you know if you can legally distill spirits here?" I'm not sure. People make it here. They have, I think it's called Tubo or something like that. I'm not really sure. I'm not a drinker here. I'll have a beer now and then. That's about it. But I'm not a drinker here. I'll have a beer now and then. That's about it. But I'm not really into that. But I think you can. I know people do make liquor here, and I don't think they have an issue with it. But I would check into it as an expat so you don't get arrested and spend time in jail or something. See, Doug Vincent says, we know the market will drop, just don't know when. And us older guys don't have long enough time to rebuild our portfolio, so need to be in safer investments. I think with Doug, I think with companies like Tesla, though, I don't think you're gonna have to wait that long for that to bounce back. But yes, I believe that you're right with the other things like S&P 500 investments, especially if you're in mutual funds. Yeah, there's probably going to be a while before that bounces back. Kathy Woods, though, is saying that she thinks the stock market's going to come roaring back. So let's see. I mean, she's been wrong before. I'm still I still am a big person for ARK investments, even though they're way down. And I think it just is more to gain. That's the way I look at it. Now's the time to buy even more. Michael L says, good evening, Stephen. Paul says, howdy, campers. Let's see, Gherkin9 says, Michael Onset is Canadian, not American. Okay, thank you for that, man. I didn't know that. I always took him as American. York, PA. I am now less than 1 year away from retirement as as of this month, so can't wait to get over to Southeast Asia, and I look forward to visiting the Philippines. You'll get here, man. That time travels by fast. I know the last year waiting took me a long time. Raquel Vargas says, hi there, everyone. Welcome to the show, Raquel. Smoky Mountain Mall, Gherkin9, he was an insurance agent there, too. That's cool. John Fetchko says, Steve, I know your plate is full, but a video of available meds would be so helpful. You know, I could probably do something like that. Most of the meds here, almost everything's available. John, I've never had problems finding anything here yet. In fact, most of the things are cheaper here, I find. There are some things that are kind of hard to find, but you can get it if you go to Manila and stuff. Let's see, and some things they don't sell, like anything narcotic or anything like that. So it's hard. You can't get it. You can get tramadol though. Tramadol is about the most hardcore medication for pain you can get here. That's about it. Sinfuls, seen a nice Porsche 911 Turbo screaming down the street in Alabang. Yeah, there's a lot of nice cars there, and I'll bet you it was probably somebody that was probably they're a politician, or probably a doctor or actor or something out there, or a big corporate CEO or something. A lot of famous and very wealthy people that live in Alabang. It's kind of like a well kept secret. I think that BGC has doesn't have as I don't think the people there are as wealthy as they are in Alabang. To be honest with you, Alabang is like a hidden little gem, but BGC is a hidden little gem too. But they have a lot of people that live there that aren't very wealthy from the U.S. They get the smaller apartments, and they rent those smaller apartments for about 600 or 700 in Alabang, I think, for like studios and one bedrooms. Let's see. Frank Maxwell says, I invested 702 cannabis companies a year ago when Bill was going through Congress to federally legalize. Today it's worth 200 holding. But yeah, everything balances over time. Be patient. 13 in Asia says, notice a lot more people out in Angeles City tonight on my weekly night walk. Don't know if it is tourists or just local expats from other locations due to softening of travel restrictions. Um, I'll tell you, 13 in Asia, I've noticed a lot of expats out. I've actually met a lot of expats out that were 65 and older. Okay, um, I've had quite a few come up to me too that watch my show, um, and they're starting to introduce themselves to me. And a lot of them have told me that they've been locked down in their homes because they were over 65 and they couldn't come out. So now they're coming out. So you're not seeing all tourists. A lot of those people are people that are 65 and older. Okay, so that's part of the thing, but it seems like we're seeing like a lot more people. You're right. But yeah, here I'm seeing me running into a lot of tourists too that are here, moving here, and also I'm getting a ton of people showing houses too. We're getting people coming in here left and right. Actually, this coming week is going to be a really really busy week. We got Nathan coming in here who rented one of the apartments over there, and we have like 3 or 4 other people coming in too. So it's going to be a busy week this week by all means, for sure. Sperlin Edwards says Rick Shaw did a nice walk around an S&R store, and it looked very nice and had a lot of items we Americans would like. I'm gonna have to check that out, Sperlin, and maybe I'll do a walk through there too. Today I was busy with a couple of places I showed. I just uploaded one. I'm gonna upload another one, and I'm gonna try to do a regular talk video, walk and talk video, probably tomorrow. I have one. I'm gonna check it and see if it meets my standards. If I like it, then I usually post it. I've just been so busy, I haven't had time to put it up. Frank Maxwell says no $700. LOI. I'm an old soldier. Okay. Let's see. Scott says Frank. Ha ha ha. Okay. Scott. Steve. Do you pump iron? No, I don't, but I should probably. I don't have a lot of time. That's my problem. My girlfriend the other day she bought a thing to work on her stomach a little bit, and it has the weights underneath the bench. It's for doing sit-ups and everything. So I might start using that, but I like doing my walks. I definitely like doing walks. Smoky Mountain Modeler says Frank Maxwell up in smoke. That's where my money goes. Apologies to Cheech and Chong. Sinfuls. Actually, you want to hear a funny story about Cheech and Chong? I went to look at an apartment, and they had a thing to block the sun from coming in the car, and it looked like Cheech and Chong sitting inside the car, because the window blocking thing. When you looked inside the car, it looked like Cheech and Chong were sitting in the car. So it was kind of cool seeing that, because I hadn't seen Cheech and Chong in a long time, and it was, like I don't know what they call those things that go in the window, but anyway, it was it was one of those to block the sun. Let's see. Frank Maxwell says, "Be careful of homemade alcohol. There is times people die from drinking." Yes, people died from tuba or whatever they call that, tuba or something like that. Like I said, I don't drink, so I don't. Paul Osterhout says, "Message retracted." So I don't. Smoky Mountain Model. That coconut wine is pretty potent. Yes, it is. Tuba. Yeah, there we go. 13 in Asia says it's called Tuba, alcoholic coconut water. Paul Osterhout says coconut wine and Abrachez run a generator set on it. There we go. Probably could. That's pretty strong, I heard. Kick your butt. Frank Maxwell says, I've distilled whiskey for years. Just need to clean and throw out heads methanol to get that lovely ethanol. I used to watch those guys on, was it Discovery or the History Channel or something, where I used to like that show. They had that guy Popcorn Sutton. That guy was quite an interesting character, you know. Francisco Fletes says, construction of my renovation Salang is underway, 6 to 8 weeks. Should be ready for Expat Cookout and Sun Trust for Verona Subdivision in Salang. There we go. Sounds good, Francisco. We need to talk sometime. We'll have to talk sometime, because what I wanted to do with the for you guys that are live in my area, just to talk about this for 1 second, because I know a lot of you guys in other areas. What we want to do is do an expat get together every once in a while. We can switch houses or whatever. And I know some guys are going to be living in smaller properties or whatever, but if they can help out or whatever, that would be great. We can hold it at my place too. I don't have a problem holding it at my place. Okay, that's not an issue. Sinful says, John Fetchko, this morning I went to pharmacy to get some asthma meds. They gave me no problem due to me having a copy of my meds from my pharmacy app in US. There we go. Sperlin Edwards says, I had a gout flare, had no problem at the pharmacy getting meds. Let's see. I'm just going to have a drink here for a second, guys. Let's see. Early Quezel said, been to Manila several times, love it there. Don't know if I will ever make it back. Retired now, but wife has no desires to come to Southeast Asia. Wayne Bicknell says, love your videos. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Scott says, Wayne, you need to get rid of the wife. JT, I'm VA. Is the clinic in Manila the only option, or will VA cover other medical care like the US? The VA here has something called FMP. It's the Foreign Medical Plan, and you can use that. Okay. Um, the thing I worry about with the Foreign Medical Plan is you're supposed to be, like if they ever wipe out the Manila VA, we're kind of in trouble over here. And I see them kind of. It almost looks like they're phasing it out. Now, I've asked Dan, the guy that runs the VA here, if they're going to phase. He hasn't heard anything like that. But it does seem like they're cutting back services even more here. And that worries me a little bit over here because I noticed some of the guys that I brought in there, they're not giving them primary care physicians because of whatever they have. They said that we're not going to give you a primary care physician. So you don't even get that anymore. If you're here for, if you have psychological issues or something like that, that'll be your primary care physician. So you don't really have like a doctor that's going to see you for your health stuff. It's just going to be for your psychological conditions or whatever. I was lucky because I came in here early enough and they gave me hey guys, we are back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I just switched my internet, so it shouldn't go down anymore. Hopefully, let's see. Let me go back because all my thing just popped up now. So sorry about that, guys. We just lost a lot of people here. Yeah, Moonshiners was the name of that show. Um, let's see. Okay, let me try to catch up on this, guys. Sorry for a second. Let's see. Sinful says, early in Quizzle, so true, my condo has gained over 150%. Scott says, I thought condos in the Philippines went down in value. No, only in some areas. Wayne Bicknell says, now, Scott, be nice. Kids and grandkids are also within a couple hours. Michael L says, tuber is not drinkable. Give me a good amaretto any day. Dean Thompson says, we leave out in 60 days and are very excited. Wayne Bicknell says, if I was single, I would be in PI now. Let's see. Ed Douglas says, how affordable are the apartments up there, Steve? I would like to meet up next week, headed to Marikina Valley Hospital for a checkup on Friday. All the best. Hope we can have a coffee. Ed, if you need to get in touch with me, you can email me at steven5975@yahoo.com. Again, Steven with a V, 5975@yahoo.com. This week here is going to be a busy week for me. I could probably meet up maybe towards the end of the week or next week, possibly. We have a lot of people coming in and they've already got appointments with me. So just FYI, but I have a few days in between there, but this week here, because of those, I have two people coming in. I know I'm going to be dealing with them for the most of the week, but the week after, I think I free up a little bit. So if you want to meet then. Let's see. Francisco Fleta says VA clinic is stopping prescribing every controlled medication starting October 2022, but there are a million other options very cheap. Foreign medical program will reimburse you for SS for service. You mean service connected condition? Okay. Yes, and you know something, the tramadol here is like rotten cheap. It's like wicked cheap. It's just crazy cheap. Scott says no kids, no wife equals happy, happy. Frank Maxwell says Moonshiners. Yeah, that was the name of the show. I love that show. That's a good show. Christopher O'Rear says howdy from Malvern, Kansas. There we go. Hi Steve, just logged in. Let's see. Just logged in. All good news there and should arrive April 7th or 8th. Okay, sounds good. Smoky Mountain Model says Popcorn Sutton lived in the next town over from me, Parrotsville, Tennessee. He always drove I think it was a Model A truck. He had an old Model A truck. It was a beautiful truck. Let's see. Scott says, instead of having a meetup at the house, you should just meet up at a restaurant. We could do that too, but in my house, we like to have like ribs, rice, potatoes or whatever, maybe some veggies or something like that, or corn or something we can get. But yeah, we're going to do a meetup at a restaurant too. But the problem is if the restaurant's packed or something, that's an issue. But yes, we could possibly do that too. Scott, oh my God, Steve is drinking poison. I just drink Coke. Let's see, Emmy Australia. I don't drink that other stuff, tuber or whatever. I barely even have a beer. Dean Thompson says Cavite Area Expats Facebook page. That's what we're thinking about doing, but I have to get somebody to run it. I put the word out there. I'm just waiting for somebody that is willing to work with me on putting it together, and then just keep track of it, because we can once and it would have to be somebody that kind of lives close to me. We got some people coming in now, and I'm going to talk to one of them probably this coming week and see if he wants to do it. KM says, have you heard of anyone coming into the country from America who ran into a problem? If yes, what problem? So far, no. Actually, no. If anything, the people have been through like that. Snap of the fingers, you know. Sinful says he went through really fast. He was the first one. He's on here right now. He went through, I think he said 5 minutes, right, Sinfuls? See, Frank Maxwell, Michael L. Methanol vaporizes at lower temperature than ethanol, so it always comes out of your condenser or worm first. For 5 gallons of mash, you need to throw away the first 300 ml for cleaning. Okay. Sinful says, at Scott, I bought my condo in 2012 before ever breaking ground on buildings, so bought very low. Biggie B says, how's it, Steve? Thanks for your vids. Very hopeful and always informative. Thank you. Keep it up, brother. You're great. Thanks, man. I appreciate the nice comments. KM says, does Batangas have amenities like food shopping and restaurants an American might enjoy? I haven't been to all of Batangas, okay? So I've been to Batangas. I've been to like the part on my side. I know they have Batangas, the town there. Some people have told me that they have a lot of stuff there, but all the places I've been in Batangas don't have that much stuff there. Some expats do live down there. I like my area because I have a little bit of everything. I feel like I'm kind of living like in the United States a little bit, but it has the Asian feel too. I mean, where I live, I like having some things around here that I can go out and have a steak, or I can go up to Manila and I can get to the airport. And that's the great part about living where I live. And Cebu kind of has that feeling too, a little bit. Let's see, but it's more expensive down there in some sections. Frank Maxwell says, Steve, you know anyone there in the PI that has Starlink for internet yet? No, I'm waiting for that. I don't think it's here yet. The low atmosphere from Elon Musk. I really want to get that, because if we ever go to war, and something happens here, at least I could have a battery backup and use the internet from Starlink or whatever, which would be great. So I could still get out new, things to people or whatever. That would be like a great thing to have. Sal Mall says, my house has been empty for 2 years. Let's see. Lloyd White says, Elon Musk Starlink satellite internet, $99 a month. Startup kit might cost up to $500. Pre-approved for the Philippine government. Have a great. Yeah, it's not here yet. I know they want to get it in here. Ed Douglas, it sounds good, Steve. All the best. JT, so as new to your channel, where are you at, and are you planning to stay there? Yes, I'm planning to stay here. I live in Tracy Martirez. Tracy Martirez is the capital of Cavite province, okay? And I love it here. Tom Pear is in the house. Good evening from North Carolina. Good to see you on here, Tom. I haven't seen any of your pictures lately, so I hope you're traveling around. I know it's winter time there, so you're probably not traveling much. But if you're traveling around or anything, send me some more pictures. I always enjoy those. Let's see. Salmo, how far are you from Bulacan? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I've never been to Bulacan, so I really don't know. I couldn't tell you. Francisco Fleta says, I'm SNR, big yard. We can put hot dogs, burgers, steaks, sausages on the grill. I can buy the meats. People just bring side dishes, potluck style. That sounds good, man. If you're willing to do that. I'm going to do the same thing. I'll probably have to, put out the money for the ribs and stuff and hot dogs and chicken, but I don't mind doing that once or twice here and there. It's not a big deal, as long as we can get other people to kind of take the bite off of me once in a while, so it'd be good. But yes, I do definitely want to put together some get-togethers. We'll see what we can do. So, but we have to get this stuff together soon. I want to put up that page. When I put up that page, we can have people join up on that, which would be good. Kenneth Bowl says, good evening from La Union Province, Ilocos Sur region. Welcome aboard, Kenneth. Sinful says about 15 minutes due to luggage weight. Okay, so it wasn't too bad. That was quick. Smoky Mountain Modeler says, Steve, if you have a meet and greet we can all pitch in and rent a space and have it catered. That's another thought too. I was actually thinking about that too. That's a possibility. I think it's more fun when we all do like cooking and stuff like that. I have people here that will cook. Filipinos. My neighbor is actually an excellent cook. His name is Pax. Pax is phenomenal at having barbecues, and we have a little barbecue grill here. We could do it. It's no issue. Steven 2020 says, Steve, how are you doing? I'm doing great, man. I see Tom Paris says, what is the cell phone company that is working these days for the 3 month PI trip? I did good with my USA T-Mobile phone before to communicate back to the USA. Um, Tom, over here, what I tell people is get the Magic Jack, man, and you can still call back to the States, and just use a smartphone over here, that you have back home. As long as you have the Magic app on there, you can call back to the States with Magic Jack, and it's very cheap. Also, I don't know if you know this, Tom. Magic Jack has a cell phone company now, I heard. You may want to look into it. I don't know that much about it. I just heard about it recently. They sent me something. It's fairly cheap, but I don't know how cheap it is. And I don't know if it would ring you over in the Philippines or not. So that's something you have to look into. But that might also work too. I'm not sure. Let's see. Sinful says, Smoky Mountain Model, yes, this. Let's see. John Fetchko says, have Jesus length hair. Will Filipinos dislike that? No, there's Filipinos over here with long hair. I don't think that really matters. Kenny has long hair, and he's over here. JT, are there months not to come, like too much rain? Yeah, there are, but like last year, we didn't get a lot of rain during the rainy season. We had a little bit of rain each day or every other day or something, but it wasn't that bad. We actually had a pretty dry rainy season. They were worried about water. Steven 2020 says, always enjoy the info you provide us, future expats. Thanks, Steve. Sinfuls, Francisco Fletes sounds like a good plan. Smoky Mountain Model says Sinfuls would be willing to fly in from Davao and help set up. That'd be great, man. If you guys want to, if come from someplace else and come up and visit, and if we get a good enough group of people, I'm okay with that. If it's going to be a lot more people, we can always change the venue. There's actually a place near me in Indang that has pools, and they have tons of little cabanas there, so we could actually walk about, and cook our own food there, or we could just share food or whatever, that type of thing. It's very cheap to get in there. You'd have to rent the cabanas and stuff like that, but I mean, it's Villa Feliciano or something like that. It's a nice little place. It's beautiful. The pool's there. I did a video on it, so you can take a look at that. That might be a place that we could do it also. Once in a while, we could do one at my house. We could do one there. We could definitely, and also you can stay overnight there. So any of the people that are coming from someplace else that's far away, you can stay there overnight, which is good. So that's something to think about. So that's for if we want to bring people from the channel in from all over the place, people, because I know some people would be wanting to fly in here, and I'm okay with that. That's okay. It'd be kind of fun to meet some of the other subscribers, and other people would probably like to meet some of the other people out there, because we all talk on here anyway. So let's see. Francisco Flittes says, I actually have Globe for postpaid for use in the Philippines. I've kept my T-Mobile plan, and I use it to call and text back to the US. Actually, Magic Jack, you can text back to the US, but you can't text pictures. Okay, and the text, you can't use it for your banking. You know how they send you texts and stuff. It doesn't work for that. But yeah, you can text with Magic Jack. Okay, and Magic app, I should say. All right. JT says, thanks for answering my questions, bud. No problem, man. Young Boy Pete's protein shakes. Cebu might be the only place that allows unvaccinated to enter. Probably, but I mean, that's changing quickly. They're changing that. It's happening. Erlene says, don't worry, Philippines will not be involved to the current conflict because of its independent policy. Michael L says, I have always been happy with Google Fi, fast 4G, 5G data for the same price as data here. RLV says, Steve, you are around 2.5 or 3 hours away from Bulacan, including traffic. Yeah, I figured it was somewhere around there, but I've never gone there, so I don't know. I know it's pretty far away, from me. And I've never been there, so really couldn't tell you. Like the places that I go to, I've been to Pak San Han Falls, places like that. Long time ago, I was in Iloilo and Boracay, places like that. So I've been around the Philippines, but I haven't been to a lot of islands. You know, mostly I know Luzon the best. So I've been north of Manila. I've been, to places around here, and I'm gonna go south sooner or later, past Batangas, with a friend of mine. I've been invited to go south, way south, Naga City, that area. Gary Higgins says, Atlanta, Georgia, can I do the One Health Pass the day of the departure? I think you should start doing it a couple days before, they say, but I'm not really up on the One Health Pass, Gary. Um, I know they say to start doing it a couple days before, okay? So, and you can also probably YouTube that. I haven't done a YouTube on it because I don't really know that much about it because I've never used it. If I haven't done it, I really don't like to vlog something I don't know that much about. That's why I cover everything on my end, But there's a lot of vloggers out there that do that stuff. One of the people that might have did it was vlogger Grandpa, or maybe Filipina P might have covered that. I know there's some vloggers out there that are covering some of that stuff. Um, some of that stuff changes so much that I don't like to get involved with it because of the fact that it does change so much. So it's kind of hard to vlog because your video is almost outdated in a couple of days. I like to be able to do videos I can leave on. So I mean, some of my stuff does change and I have to update it once in a while, but for the most part, no. Like the SRRVs. So we got 97 people, 35 thumbs up. Thanks, guys. Let's see. Lloyd White says, can you legally lease an apartment on a standard tourist visa? Yes. Yes, you can. Absolutely. Let's see. Scott says, ROV. I heard Bulacan is a great place to live. I've heard that too. I don't know that much about Bulacan. I've never really looked into that and thought of it as a place to move to, but I've heard some people say that it's beautiful down there. So, Smoky Mountain Model says, I want to come there for a week and rent a bed and breakfast so I can pay my respects at the cemetery and visit the World War II sites on Leyte. Smoky Mountain Mall, you might want to check the ones up by the Venice Mall up in BGC. I did a video on that actually. You can go way back in my videos, and you'll see some of the cemetery stones there. I think I did 4 or 5 videos over there, and I showed some of the stones there. There's an incredible museum there also, just FYI. Scott says, I'm surprised Starlink needs an internet company as a broker. I thought it worked direct from PC to satellite. No, I think you have to have some sort of hookup. Tom Pierce says, John Fetchko, long hair is okay, but as John Wales told me, his girlfriend said the PI women do not like long beards at all. No, they don't. A lot of girls, like I noticed, like my beard, even though my beard is not that long, some of the girls don't like beards here. They don't mind mustaches too much, but they don't tend to like beards, especially like long beards, for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. Some girls just don't care. Let's see. Sinful says, RLV. I had gone down to Banaa in Manila to have some accessories on my truck installed. It took us over 2.5 hours to go 15 miles during rush hour. That's very true, man. RLV at Scott with Bulacan. You can feel old school PH just like Cavite where Steve is. Yeah, this area here is definitely like old school in my area, but it's nice because the malls and stuff are very nice around this area. But you also have Alabang you can take off to. You can go south and go to Batangas. You can go north, go to Manila or up to Subic. And they're all day trips away, so it's kind of fun. See, Michael L says, I send and receive text to my U.S. number just fine when in the Philippines with Google Fi. Alan Towers says, Steve, do you have a Facebook group page? I don't have a Facebook group page, Alan. I let people go on my Facebook. Anybody who wants to go on there. If you want the link, you can go to my email and I'll send you the link. Just ask me for my Facebook page. You're more than welcome to go on there. I have no problem. It's Steven5975 at yahoo.com. Stevens with a V, okay? Steven5975 at yahoo.com. just ask me for my Facebook link and I'll send it to you. Okay, I don't always answer messages really quick on there though, so just be aware of that sometimes because I don't always check on there. People do ask me questions on there. I try to check as much as I can, but we get slammed with comments and questions and stuff, and sometimes I just have to take a break and just take a day off and relax a little bit. But and there's so much stuff that ways that people can get in touch with me, and I had a couple of accounts that I had forgotten about, like was it Twitter? It wasn't Twitter, it was something else. And some of the subscribers were trying to get through to me on there, and I don't use those social networks anymore. Um, but I do use Facebook. Not one of my favorite places to go, but it's kind of like everybody's on there, so I have to go on there. They actually kicked me off once for helping veterans, believe it or not. They said I was spamming them. So, okay, Larry says, I'll be there once mask mandate is removed. Could be a while. Smoky Mountain Marlow says, you have to do the One Health Pass within 72 hours of departure. So there's the answer, man. The 72 hours of departure. Pamela Alston says, hi, Steve. How you doing, Pam? Dean Thompson says, who has found the cheapest COVID coverage travel insurance? I don't know the prices because nobody has actually talked to me much about that, but I heard that you can get it through AAA, Dean. Okay, so ask AAA if they'll do COVID coverage travel insurance, and you don't have to be a member, from what I understand. So just FYI, I've heard that from 3 people, so may want to check with AAA. RLV, Banos is the place to be for your vehicle accessories. The Philippine 8. I live in Malolos, Bulacan. It's 1 hour 20 minutes using the new Skyway. Sinful says that Gary Higgins, I did my One Health Pass in about 15 minutes before checking in. Only reason I got it done was due to assistance from Philippine air employee. I could not get it to work. Okay. I heard that a lot of people are having problems, with it. So, I don't know that much about it. And I heard that if you can't get it up and going, I heard that when you get to the Philippines, they'll help you with anything. As long as you have all your correct paperwork and everything, you'll be okay. That's what people told me. Okay. So, don't, make sure you check into that first, obviously. But yeah, everybody's telling me that when they got to the Philippines, as long as you had the correct documents, they were all set. They were all set with you. Okay. Sinful says, Steve, your audio fell way off. Okay, I'm not sure why. Steven 2020, do you know any expats that live in Mindanao? Yes, I do know expats down there. I know a few. They live in Davao. Smoky Mountain Marlow says, that's the cemetery I'm talking about. I enjoyed your video about it. Thanks, Smoky. Let's see. Steven 2020, get in touch with Texas Testoy. He's a friend and has been in Davao for 3 years. He's a big help. Brooke Snyder says, Steve-O, rebooked for March 27th after positive test. There we go. Brooke, we're going to see you then. We're trying to hold off on doing this get-together here till you get here. Because we got Nathan coming in here, and we have a couple of other people in here. So we're holding off on doing any barbecue or anything till you get here. So just FYI, we're waiting for you. So don't be late for the party, okay? Let's see, the Philippine 8 says, to the VA. Sinful says, RLV, I cannot believe all I got done for $725. Time 911, hey Steve, how do you get texts from U.S. banks in the Philippines for 2-factor identification when you have no U.S. number? Some of them will work with you through email. Some will not. Okay, I have a credit card, and I can't put a thing on my phone because it won't. They have to send you a text, so I can't do that on my phone. Now I can go in on my computer on most things, but I can't do it on my phone. So like with my credit union, the thing is, they call me to check, but they don't, because I told them to call me and not to text me. So it depends on your bank, and it depends on the credit cards and stuff like that for the two-factor identification. I understand that people have a hard time with that. Sometimes I just call them because I have Magic Jack if it's something I need to do. But I mean, most credit cards, what do you need to do? You just need to pay your bills every month or something like that. So I mean, I just set it up on my account. I know how much I spent. I can call them on the phone and check and see what I owe them, things like that. So it's not that big of a deal. Like, people make a bigger deal out of it than it really is. I understand that some people have problems with it. I you can get phone service. I'm thinking about that Magic Jack. I'm not sure if that would work over here or not to send you that two-factor identification. I think it's like $15 a month, but I don't know if it works in the Philippines, to be honest with you. Okay. Let's see. Aurelio Ray says, "Hi, why is Cavite property more than Batangas than Laguna in that order?" I'm not sure that's totally true. It depends where you are in Cavite. And are you talking about Cavite the town, or are you talking about Cavite province? Because Cavite province has many different areas, and some of them are cheaper than others. So I don't know if what you're talking about there exactly. See, Kenneth Bowles says, any expats living in Iloilo? Yes. None of them vlog. As far as I know, I've never seen anybody vlogging down in Iloilo, but I do know that there's people down there. I just don't, unless they're small time vloggers. I don't know. Dean Thompson says, thanks, Steve. Craig Jordan says, Smoky Mountain Mall, there is a Type 89 medium tank at Villa Escudero Resort in San Pablo Laguna. RLV says, at Sinville's, you discovered discount haven for Filipinos, Banaw, FTW. JT says, join AAA, everything you need plus free travel services and international driver's license. AAA is a good deal if you're going to go back and forth to the U.S., but if you're just going to use it just for those services, I don't think it's a good deal. There's a lot of things you can do through AAA without joining too, and I think that travel insurance happens to be one of them, by the way. Smoky Mountain Modeler says, hey Craig, good morning, thanks for the info. Let's see, Craig Jordan, Smoky Mountain Model, good morning. Sinful says, RLV, yes, wife got me discounts, then became friends with owner of Goldrich, and she asked if I would like to golf with her husband and father-in-law in Tagaytay Highlands. Woohoo! Tagaytay is beautiful, man. That's a beautiful area for expats too. A lot of people are afraid of the volcano, but it's there's really no fear of the volcano because you're far enough away where it doesn't affect you except for the ash when it erupts. But I mean, as far as anything else, you're far enough away that it's really not a danger. Steven 2020 says, Steve, have to go, but always look forward to your videos. Be well. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it, man. Damn Cars says, can you do one health pass before you have PCR test results and add it later? I believe you can start it and you can go back into it and then put it in there, okay? But don't quote me on that because I haven't done that. I've never done it. But from what I've heard, I heard that you can go back in there and add stuff. So that's what I was told by somebody that used it. But like I said, that's just coming from somebody else that told me that. Lulu55 says, Kenneth Bowles, yes, there are expats in Iloilo, great place. I used to actually own a jeepney business down in Iloilo back in the 80s and 90s. It was a long time ago with my ex-wife. Great place. Let's see, he says, my fiance is from Iloilo province. Right now, we're in Cavite near Steve, but we're thinking to move to Iloilo. It's nice city, not too big. Yes, it is. It's a beautiful city down there. Eric T, actually that whole area is nice down there. There's a lot of nice places there. Ackland's nice too. Eric T, hello all. I fly out tonight to Manila. When I filled in my One Health Pass, I put port of entry as NIA Terminal 1, but it seems I'm arriving at Terminal 2. Will this be an issue? Should I redo it? I don't think that's going to be an issue, Eric. They'll just probably correct it or whatever. In all honesty, a mistake like that, I don't think it's going to hold you back. So I wouldn't sweat it. I mean, if you want to redo it, obviously, and you feel safer, then just redo it, but I don't think that's not going to be a thing that's going to hold you back for sure. RLV says, Sinful's lucky you, more fun in the PH. Big Time 911 says, do you keep your retiree insurance from your job in the U.S.? No, I don't. I do not. When I left, I was told to go over and see the lady that does the insurance, and I knew I was leaving in a couple days, so I just didn't even bother going over to see her. Um, and I don't plan on going back. So I mean, Dead Bug Doug says you can get SMS messaging through Magic Chat. Okay, I never heard of Magic Chat. I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't think it has anything to do with Magic Jack. I'm pretty sure. But that's interesting that you can do that if that's true. Kenneth Bowles says, well, also Dead Bug Doug, will it let you get your thing from your bank though? That's the key. That's what they're asking that question for, and I don't think Magic Chat would probably let you do that because I know I can't get anything through Magic Jack text. It won't allow it to come through. The banks somehow know that where it's coming from, so they don't let it go through there. Kenneth Bowles says, Lulu55, thanks. I'm looking to move near Jaro or Savannah. Let's see. Frank Maxwell says, Texas Filipino is in Iloilo. I follow him as he is building a poured concrete house. And I think I've heard of him. I've never watched this channel. Ducalate says, do you know if the casinos are open for business? I believe they are. I went by one. It looks like they are. I've seen people in there. I don't know if they're cleaning the place or whatever, but I believe they are open, okay? RLV Sinfuls Tagaytay Highlands is for elites there. Here. Yeah, it's very expensive there. Up there. Big Time 911. How do you get mail from USA to PI? Do you use mail forwarding service? I use my sister. That's my mail forwarding service. She takes a picture of whatever mail I need, and she goes through it, and she's pretty good at what she does. Sinful says, Big Time 911, I have my insurance still. I need to check out which hospitals will accept direct. Lulu55 says, Kenneth Bowles, I really like this city. Modern, good infrastructure, and have overview. Nearby beaches, the Mango Island, Guimaras, and other nice spots. Sinful says, RLV, yes. That why I happy when she invited me. C3 says, thank you for this information. Living and working in China, math teacher. A lot of Bitcoin and 52 years old. Looking forward to retirement in your back 40. There we go. Let's see. Orridge Vince Carter. Let's see. Appreciated your video on life insurance for expats. I'm considering presenting guaranteed coverage for older men for their Filipino wives or girlfriends from a U.S. company. There you go. And then he says, any current thoughts, and can I hit you up to pick your brain on the idea? Yeah, you can email me at Steven5975 at yahoo.com and just ask me for my phone number. Okay, and I'm usually available in the evening. Kenneth Bowles says, thank you, Steve. Charlie says, Tito Tim Travels is a vlog from Iloilo. Okay, so there are some vloggers down there. I don't follow a lot of vloggers, because I like to come up with my own ideas. And if I'm watching other vloggers, I start thinking like I have to follow what they're doing. If I do it on my own, I just pick out my own stuff, my own subjects, and what I like to cover. So that's why my channel is a little bit different than a lot of other channels out there. So, I mean, if you notice, I don't follow any certain guidelines or anything. I do what I want to do pretty much, and it kind of works. Let's see. Big Time 911 says, thanks to Francisco. He told me about a service called USA to Me. Works great out of Houston. They do scanning services and send you via email. There we go. But best to use your family members too. I mean, that helps too. Because you can use them for a phone number too to get your text to, and you just your SMS bank text. That's what you do. Just have it sent. Put your family member's phone number on there, and they'll send it to that. And you can also put your phone number, your Magic Jack, and it'll give you. Usually they let you pick a number for those texts, and you can pick your sister's number or your brother's number or whoever you want it sent to. It'll text that text to them, but it might be in the middle of the night. That's the problem. I mean, or whenever you're doing it, you know what I mean? Like, so just make sure that you have that it's a time when they're awake or whatever. That way, you get it and you're all set, and it'll work. but just have it done sent to your sister. Because one of my accounts I had it sent to my sister, and then it works that way, or a friend or what have you. Gurkha9, some vloggers have reported success with 2FA short code text using Skype number. I heard that. Okay, there's a couple of people that have said that. The other guy that's from Boston, I forget his name. He has said that he had luck doing that, I guess. But somebody else told me no, they didn't. So it's not all banks and not all credit cards that's working on that Skype number. So that's not totally true. I'm not sure why. I've actually had a couple things sent to me on Magic Jack, and it worked through them on a couple things, but on most things it doesn't. Okay, Michael L says at C3, so Pooh let the math teachers stay and only kicked out the English teachers. Big Time 911 says, if you do not have insurance in the US and want to go back and visit a family member, how would you have health insurance? Just buy a travel policy? Yeah, sure. Buy a travel policy back to the States. You know, because you're a resident in the Philippines now, just buy travel insurance for back in the States. I'm sure you can buy temporary insurance or whatever. Original Vince Carter says that's original Vince Carter. LOL. Is that like Vince Carter from Gomer Pyle? C3 Michael L. Apparently, I do count myself among the lucky ones. Let's see. Tom Pierce says one of the things I'm really looking forward to when I get back to the PI is having a maid. Just one of the low-cost luxuries that I like. Yes. Maids here are very cheap, which is really, really good. C3 says, Michael L., I did computer science in school and shifted to math because I had to do that in uni. So do I take a job teaching math or English when math pays 2 times as much? See, Sinful says, Tom Pear, inexpensive massage. You know something? There's a place down the street here, and I can get a massage for 2 hours for about 500 pesos, which is about $10. That's a bargain. You know, I mean, and I get a really good massage down there too. And in my back, it helps my back. Sinful says, that is my luxury. It's one of my luxuries too, Sinful, so that's my favorite. Andrew Jones, HSB in Manila, Cebu, and Davao has no fee ATMs for overseas ATM cards. Also can withdraw 40,000 pesos per withdrawal. It depends on the ATM though, Andrew, I believe, because some of the ATMs around here will only give you a certain amount of money for whatever reason. It depends on the ATMs in the Philippines. Sinful says, Andrew Jones, also Charles Schwab in USA. Also, they got that State Department Federal Credit Union is a good place to go through for banking, by the way, guys. I did a video on that too. Kenneth Bowles, no need to go. Getting late here and 5 a.m. comes quickly. Good night all. God bless. Thanks for joining us, Ken. Have a good night. Let's see. C3, how much is a maid each month? That varies. Depends on where you are, whether they're a live-in maid. A live-in maid's about maybe 100, 150 a month. Some places are cheaper. It depends on a lot of different things, okay? How much you have her do. Does she cook? Is she just going to be a maid and strictly clean? Or is she going to cook? Is she going to do gardening? Is she going to do your laundry? All that stuff. All that stuff makes a difference. Dan Carr says, why does it take a team of doctors to figure out how to get there? Andrew Jones says, Charles Schwab is the only available to U.S. citizens. Sinful says, Andrew Jones, okay, let's see. Giles Guzman says, hello, Steve. Cebu allows unvaccinated travelers. The rest of the Philippines doesn't. How do you see the near future regarding this topic in the Philippines? It's going to go away. They're already talking about it. It's going to go away, for sure. Okay, I mean, I've heard them talking about that. They want to get rid of it because of the IATA. The IATA, which is the airlines, have said that they want to get rid of it. And all the airlines are asking, the countries to get rid of all that stuff now. So it's going to happen. It's happening. A lot of changes. Andrew Jones says all HSB ATMs have 40,000 withdrawal. Okay. Yeah, at those particular ATMs. But like BDO doesn't. I'm sure. Kenneth Bowles, thank you very much, Steve. You're welcome, man. Andrew Jones, BPI has a withdrawal limit of 20,000 or 200. He says 250 pesos, but I think he means it's actually $200. 20,000 is 200. No, wait, no, $400. I know that at BDO, Andrew. See, I think you got your thing mixed up because it's 250 pesos. 20. I know at BDO, you can take out 200, 200, and then 100. Only it's in pesos, obviously. Transfer that over to pesos. Okay, but it's 10,000, 10,000, and 5,000. Okay, and that's your limit for the day at BDO. And that work. That's the same for, like, if I use my credit union or whatever, it's the same way working through that. So Dean Thompson says, "Hey, oh, don't forget to hit the like button." Thanks, man. I really appreciate that, guys. 56 thumbs up, and then we got 109 people on here. Jill's not correct. Cebu governor wants that. However, she is subordinate to national IATF policy. Craig Jordan, Governor Gwen is quite the innovator. Yes. Big time 9/11. Steve, are there any Navy Federals over there? I don't know. I don't use that, so I couldn't even tell you. I think they work out of here, or they have a number here or something. Somebody was mentioned in a past vlog. Let's see, Dwayne Frechette is on board. Dwayne, give me a call after, okay? Let's see, big time 9/11. Steve, are there? That's what we just did that one. Big time 9/11. What are your best two ways to transfer money over there as far as apps? Well, big time 9/11. I say this often, but a lot of people don't believe me. I'm not sure why. But when I have used Western Union from here, and I just ship some money, and I should show this on here sometime, it cost me 99 cents to ship money from my account in the United States at my credit union to BDO over here. It cost 99 cents. I shipped $1,000 the other day. I think it was like $900, $1,000, 99 cents. Because I use the app. So it's like quick, just like that. It says like 3 to 4 days, but it's really like within a half a day or a couple hours. It's usually in my bank within 4 hours. So just FYI. And then the more you use it, the more likely it is to go in faster. So, I tell people when you use Western Union, it becomes more user friendly. So I like using Western Union because to me it's cheap. Some people, for some reason, I'm not sure why, maybe it's the way that they're using things, or they're not just used to using those types of apps. But when you use Western Union, the app, okay, it works really, really well, and you can pick up your own money. You can do all kinds of stuff. So if you don't want to use your ATM because you're afraid of losing it or something, you can send yourself money and go pick it up. So there's another thing you can do also. So if you lose your ATM over here, you can pick up the money as long as you have some sort of ID or whatever. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. Smoky Mountain Model says, I think that unvax entry is for returning Filipinos. Foreigners still need to have proof of vax. Yeah, but that's going to be changing, Smoky. I heard pretty soon. That a lot of it's changing. It's changing as we talk. They're in talks about it right now. Andrew Jones says, yes, but a BDO, you pay 250 pesos fee per 10,000 pesos withdrawal with overseas ATM cards. Yes, you do. You pay certain fees. I'm not sure if it's 250 pesos, but yes, you do pay a fee. Okay, but I'm willing to pay that fee. I mean, a lot of people here don't like to pay that fee, but if you don't want to pay that fee, then send it to your BDO and use your BDO card. That's what I do. And it's 99 cents. I send money from my credit union back there to my BDO bank over here, and I use my ATM, and then it's free because I use the BDO ATMs. And also, guess what? You can use your thumbprint on some ATMs. Just your thumbprint. You don't need the ATM. So you can. There's not many out there yet, but they're switching over to that. So pretty soon you'll just be able to walk in and do your thumbprint, no ATM card. Jeffrey Todd says, hey, GM guys, let's see. Mike Simpson says, just woke up, drank my coffee. Good morning. Craig Jordan says, my understanding is unvaxxed foreigners remain prohibited. Yes, this will change though. It is changing, Craig. It's changing. Okay. I don't think that I think it's already changed, but I haven't looked into that law in a long time. I'm not really up on that. I don't follow that because it just keeps on changing all the time. I did hear that something was coming up with that. I don't know if these people um, can stay in there and get in quarantine or whatever. I'm not. I don't stay up on on that aspect. I mostly do the SRV stuff. Occasionally, I'll cover some of that stuff. Let's see. Sal Mall says, "How long can I use my America DL over there?" I'm not sure what you're talking about, Sal. See, Gurkanine got empty. Craig Jordan, Philippine expats are considered foreigners in the vax mandate. Okay. JPBK, Western Union usually gives lower exchange rates. Yeah, there is some downsides to it, but you know what? I'll pay that because if I'm sending over dollars and I walk in and go to like a Walmart here, they charge way more than Western Union does. So Western Union is actually a bargain. Okay, they charge a lot more. Trust me. So Western Union is a bargain all around. The way I look at it, they don't charge that much. There's not that much. The lower exchange rate is not that much difference. But yes, they do have that. That is part of that fee. It's like a hidden fee kind of. Smoky Mountain Model says sell mall 90 days. After that, it gets unclear to me. Something about having 120 days left on your visa. Let's see. Smoky Mountain Model sell mall. I'm coming from on a tourist visa. Big time 9/11. What bank do you use over there? And is it hard to open an account? Um, I have a SRRV card. Okay. Um, so it's easy for me to open an account over here. I know some tourists get a hard time from some of the banks here, and I'm not. Some of the guys are telling me that they can't even open an account here, but I've heard other people have opened an account over here. So I mean, I think you can open an account. It's just a matter of being here for a certain amount of time and having your ACR card. Okay, so but let's see. Andrew Jones says you can stay 36 months on a tourist visa. Yes, you can, and I think you can. Two of those times you can stay up to 6 months without having to run to BI too. Sal Mall says driver's license. Roy Jones, can someone on a tourist visa open a bank account? Um, yeah, people are doing it, Roy. People have done it. I'm not sure how they do it because some people are telling me that you're not supposed to be opening a bank account over here, but people have done it. But on the SRV visa, we can do it. So I've talked to one guy here. Now, I don't know how long he's been here. He says he has an account here and he has no issues. And he's on a tourist visa. So people are doing it. I just don't know how they do it, because people tell me that it's that they can't. But everything that I see is that you can. So I don't know. It's a good question. Paul Osborne says telephones. I understand that a dual SIM card phone is best. Yes. What brand and model? Whatever one you like. All the phones over here work pretty good. Okay, they have Oppo and a bunch of other ones too. Sinful says Smoky Mountain Modeler LTO told me the other day. They said I can come back April 1st to get my driver's license. Brooke Snyder says money transfers you must check the fees and exchange rate combined. I've used Wise for months and no issue. Yeah, same way here, Brooke, with Western Union. Mike Simpson's driver's license is DL. Andrew Jones, yes, people on tourist visas can't open a bank account if you have the ACR card. Yeah, that's what. Okay, we are back. Sorry about that, guys. The internet just keeps on clicking out here every once in a while. We've had a bad week with internet here. Okay, we'll get back to Andrew Jones. Yes, people on tourists can open. All right, guys, we are back. We lost a good chunk of people there. I think we're just gonna end it, guys, because our internet keeps blinking in and out. Both